Success doesn't make noise. It doesn't wave its hands or shout for attention. It grows in quiet, steady moments, the kind most people overlook. Like a seed buried beneath the soil, it does its best work hidden from view, slowly becoming something strong enough to rise. But somewhere along the line, we were taught to share everything we're doing, to announce every step before we've taken it. And that's where most people lose their momentum, not because they're incapable, but because they gave their energy away too soon. The more you talk, the less you do. The more you seek applause, the less you build resilience. The Stoics knew this. Keep your focus on what you can control and let go of the need for recognition. Because silence isn't weakness, it's wisdom. If you find truth in that, if you felt the pull toward depth over display, then consider subscribing. It helps us keep exploring these ideas, and it lets me know you're someone who values inner strength over outer noise. Now, let's go deeper. Silence isn't always secrecy. Sometimes it's just wisdom in disguise. Sometimes it's how we protect the most delicate parts of ourselves, the ideas not yet formed, the dreams still taking shape. Not everything needs to be spoken aloud, especially not when it's still growing roots. Because when you share your dreams too early, you're not just inviting attention. You're opening the door to noise, the kind that doesn't help you move forward. You're letting in the whisper of other people's doubts, their passive comments, their helpful concerns. Even worse, you're making space for distraction, the kind that looks like encouragement but steals your focus. It's like trying to write a book with 20 people looking over your shoulder, each one offering advice before the first sentence is even finished. But why do we feel so compelled to talk about what we're working on? Why do we crave being seen in the process rather than waiting until the work speaks for itself? Maybe it's because deep down, we all want to be acknowledged. We want our efforts to be recognized, even before they bear fruit. There's nothing wrong with wanting connection or support, but validation, when taken too early, can become a substitute for true fulfillment. It gives you a little high, a temporary boost, and that's the danger, because once you've tasted that applause, your brain starts treating it like a reward for something you haven't even done yet. Carl Jung once said, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." But how can you truly become anything if you're outsourcing your confidence to other people's reactions? You know that feeling when an idea sparks something inside you, when it lights your chest on fire and suddenly you can't stop thinking about it. You write notes on your phone in the dark. You scribble on receipts. You imagine what it could become, how it might change your life. That kind of inspiration is rare, it's sacred. But then, maybe because you're excited, or maybe because you want reassurance, you tell someone, and their response is lukewarm. A shrug, a raised eyebrow, a well-meaning, "That sounds hard." And just like that, the fire dims. It's not because they killed your dream on purpose, it's because they weren't equipped to hold it. Plato once wrote, "Opinion is the medium between knowledge and ignorance." And most people, they speak from opinion, not experience, not understanding, just noise. And here's the strange part. Once you've told someone about your idea, your brain might trick you into thinking you've already done something about it. You say, "I'm going to launch this," or "I've got this big plan," and the people around you nod. Maybe they even say, "That's amazing," and that moment feels good, but it's false progress. It's an illusion. Aristotle believed that virtue lies in action, not in the thought of action. So when you speak too much before you move, you start to believe you're making progress, when really you're standing still. You're replacing momentum with performance, and momentum, once lost, is hard to recover. There's a reason builders work behind walls. It's not because they're hiding. It's because the process of building, real building, is messy. There are days when nothing goes right, when the lines are off, the materials don't fit, and you have to tear it down and start again. There's dust, noise, crooked beams, unfinished edges. No one applauds a half-laid foundation. That part isn't pretty, and it's not supposed to be, but it's the most important part, because if you get that wrong, everything on top of it eventually crumbles. So you keep the walls up, not to deceive anyone, but to protect the work while it's still fragile. Socrates once said, "Beware the barrenness of a busy life." And that's what happens when you're constantly showing instead of building. You stay busy performing instead of quietly preparing something real. But what if someone asks you directly, "So, what do you do?" It's tempting to answer with everything. To list the projects, the vision, the end goal, all dressed up in perfect words. Because we don't want to seem like we're doing nothing. But not every question deserves an answer. Just because someone is curious doesn't mean they're entitled to your plans. Some people ask so they can compare. Not because they care, but because they want to calculate. They want to measure where you are versus where they are. And it's not always obvious. It can come wrapped in politeness, in flattery. But the intent is the same, to evaluate, not support. And even when people mean well, their opinions can still throw you off course. A comment here, a raised eyebrow there, it gets into your head. It starts reshaping the way you see your own work. You begin adjusting your process, not because it's wrong, but because someone else doesn't understand it. Plato once said, "Opinion is the lowest form of knowledge, yet we treat it like gospel, we let it guide our choices, and the moment we do that, our clarity fades. The plan that once felt sharp and certain now feels shaky, like it needs to be explained, defended, or reworked to please someone else." Have you ever shared an idea and immediately felt something shift inside? Not because someone stole it, but because it felt different after you said it out loud. Like you cracked something open before it was ready. That's not just your imagination, that's energy. Carl Jung believed that our inner world, the unconscious mind, is a sacred space, and when we expose it too soon, we interrupt its natural unfolding. Your idea had a rhythm, a pulse, but when you voiced it too early, you gave some of that life away. It wasn't ready to be handled by someone else, and now it's weaker. Think of your dreams like a flame, not a bonfire, not yet, just a small, steady flame. It's warm, it's alive, but it's also vulnerable. If you take it outside too early, expose it to cold air, criticism, or even casual doubt, it might not survive. It doesn't go out all at once. No big gust, no dramatic scene, just a quiet flicker. Then less, until all that's left is a dim orange glow. And by the time you realize it, the room feels colder. The motivation that once filled you has thinned out. You come back to it later, hoping to pick up where you left off, but it's just embers now. That fire, that feeling, it's gone. Now someone might say, but doesn't telling others help keep you accountable? It's a fair question. We've been taught that saying things out loud makes us more likely to follow through. That if others know what we're doing, we'll feel more pressure to stay on track. But here's the thing, real accountability isn't about declaring your intentions to the world. It's about keeping your word to yourself when no one's looking. That's where true discipline lives. If your motivation hinges on whether or not people are watching, then you're not truly chasing a dream. You're putting on a show. And shows run on applause, not substance. Aristotle once said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. So ask yourself, are you building habits, or are you building a highlight reel? There's a rare kind of strength in working quietly, in waking up before the world does, not to post about it, but to actually do something. In staying up late to revise, to rethink, to redo, without anyone praising your effort. That kind of work doesn't feel glamorous, it's lonely, it's raw, but it's real. It toughens you. You stop needing external rewards because the work becomes its own reward. That's the foundation for something solid, something lasting. Carl Jung believed that the individual must go through a process of individuation, a journey inward, to truly grow. And that journey, by its nature, is deeply personal. It doesn't belong to an audience, it belongs to you. Momentum, that elusive force we all try to capture, doesn't come from outside eyes. It comes from the rhythm you create when you just keep showing up. No fanfare, no detours, just you and the work. When you don't have to stop and explain every move, you gain speed. When you're not pausing to check how it all looks from the outside, you stay locked in, focused, moving forward. You become unstoppable not because you're fast, but because you're uninterrupted. Plato once wrote, "The first and best victory is to conquer self." And that kind of victory isn't achieved in public, it's earned in silence. But what if people start asking questions? What if they think you're being secretive, or worse, hiding something? Let them. Their assumptions don't belong to you. Their curiosity isn't your responsibility. People will always want to categorize, to label, to understand what you're doing, because it makes them feel more in control. But they weren't given your vision. They don't carry your burden. They're not the ones who will have to endure the failure or live through the rebuild. So why give them access to something they don't have the tools to understand? Would you show someone a painting before you've even touched the brush to the canvas? Of course not. It would be absurd, because what would they see? Nothing. Worse, what would they judge? An empty page, a concept too vague to grasp. So why do we do that with our goals? Why do we invite feedback on something that doesn't even exist yet? Socrates once said, "To find yourself, think for yourself." And thinking for yourself means learning when to hold something close, not out of fear, but out of care, out of respect for the fragile, powerful thing you're building. Because once it's real, once it's ready, it will speak for itself. What if the reason you feel stuck isn't because you're not talented or capable, but because you've been leaking energy through your words instead of channeling it into action? Every time you tell someone what you're going to do, you give away a piece of that fire that was supposed to fuel your next step. It doesn't seem like much at first. A conversation here, a social post there, but it adds up. Slowly, quietly, like a tire with a slow leak. You're left with less drive and no idea where it went. Carl Jung once wrote, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." And maybe this is one of those unconscious patterns. We think we're making progress by talking, but what we're really doing is delaying the discomfort of starting. Talking becomes the comfort zone. You have to ask yourself, do I want to be visible or do I want to be effective? Because most of the time, you can't be both. Visibility demands constant output, updates, explanations, proofs of progress. Focus, on the other hand, demands silence. It requires that you shut the world out long enough to get something real done. When you speak too early, you trigger expectations, not just in others, but in yourself. Suddenly, you're not just working toward your goal, you're also trying to meet the image you created with your words. That pressure shifts your focus. You start rushing, you cut corners, you try to prove instead of improve. And when you rush the process, you compromise the result. What happens when your work becomes a performance? When the thing you're building turns into something you feel you need to showcase before it's even done? You lose your edge. You're no longer building for truth, you're building for approval. Plato said, "Better a little which is well done than a great deal imperfectly." But the performance mindset doesn't allow for that. It demands constant output, even when the work isn't ready. And when you're focused on performing, you're not innovating, you're not risking, you're not refining, you're just repackaging the incomplete into something that looks finished. And here's what's really ironic. When you finally do succeed, the people who doubted you will forget they ever questioned you. You'll never hear them say, "I was wrong," and you won't need to, because your results will do all the talking. And those who truly believed in you, they never needed the updates in the first place. They were never watching your words. They were waiting for your work. Socrates said, "The way to gain a good reputation is to endeavor to be what you desire to appear." You don't need to announce what you're building. You just need to build. Because in the end, silence backed by results is louder than any speech ever could be. There's something rare, almost sacred, about doing the work in silence and then letting the result speak for itself. When you don't advertise your every move, when you don't constantly update the world about what you're going to do, the reveal carries weight. It hits harder, it lingers longer. You walk in without fanfare, without build-up, and you lay down something finished, something real. And suddenly, the room goes still, not out of politeness, but out of respect. Because what you've created speaks in a language far louder than hype. It's not just impressive, it's unforgettable. Why? Because it arrived without noise, because no one saw it coming, and because it didn't rely on expectation. It stood on completion. There's no need to drop breadcrumbs when you know exactly where you're going. You didn't drop hints. You didn't seek praise along the way. You just kept building, kept refining, kept showing up when nobody was watching. And now you don't have to explain. You don't have to convince. You don't have to defend. It's done. It's visible. And it speaks volumes without you saying a word. As Aristotle put it, character is revealed through action, not through words. And in that quiet reveal, your character comes through, focused, determined, unwavering. But doesn't it seem like we live in a time where people earn attention not by what they finish, but by what they promise to do? Everyone's talking, everyone's in the process. But talk is temporary. Execution, on the other hand, that's what sticks. Respect that's earned through delivery has depth. It's not easily forgotten. It doesn't fade the moment someone else says something louder. Plato once said, "Wise men speak because they have something to say, fools because they have to say something." And in our current world, filled with digital noise, people who speak less but do more are the ones who cut through. So ask yourself, what kind of legacy are you building? Do you want to be remembered for your ideas or for your outcomes? Because saying you'll do something is easy. It feels good. It gets claps, but it fades fast. People move on. They stop listening. But when you're the person who shows up quietly and drops results on the table, unpolished maybe, but done, you earn a different kind of respect, the kind that lasts. Socrates said, "Let him that would move the world first move himself." So let your focus be on moving yourself, not the crowd, not their opinions, not their applause. But this isn't just about looking good. It's not about crafting a perfect image or trying to appear like you've got it all together. It's deeper than that. This is about ownership. When you keep your plans to yourself, you're not just being discreet, you're taking full responsibility for what comes next. There's no safety net, no room for blame, no performance. It's either done or it's not. You either showed up or you didn't. And that kind of clarity is rare in a world that's constantly spinning stories. When no one else is holding you accountable, the mirror becomes your judge, and the mirror doesn't lie. That kind of ownership brings freedom, because when you don't owe anyone an explanation, you're free to refine. You can shift directions, explore new angles, take risks, without someone questioning every move. You can fail in peace, learn quietly, Adjust without having to justify yourself to people who don't carry your burden. Carl Jung spoke of the process of individuation, the idea that the path to becoming your true self is internal, not public. It's not about what others see, it's about what you discover when you turn inward, and the moment you stop chasing permission, you start becoming more you. Think about how different that is from the way we live now. We've become addicted to being seen. Every step of the process must be documented, every decision posted, every win shared, even before it's secure. But growth doesn't happen like that. Growth isn't glamorous. It doesn't happen when the lights are on and everyone's watching. It happens in quiet moments, when you're confused, uncertain, trying something new and not sure if it's going to work. That's the real work. That's where the roots grow deep. So why are we so afraid of doing things in the dark? Why do we feel like if we're not visible, we're not valuable? Maybe because we've confused attention with achievement. Maybe because the world told us that if people don't see it, it doesn't count. But Plato once said, "The measure of a man is what he does with power." And there's power in silence, power in solitude, power in not needing the world to clap for you while you're still figuring it out. When no one's watching, that's when the real work begins. That's when the masks come off and you stop worrying about how it looks and start focusing on how it feels. There's no performance, no pretending, just you, your thoughts, and the quiet discipline of showing up. That's the version of you that doesn't care about applause. That's the version that isn't posting progress updates or collecting approval like currency. That's the version that builds with purpose. Carl Jung once said, "Your vision will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside, dreams. Who looks inside, awakes." And maybe the reason you haven't made the progress you hoped for is because you've been too busy looking outward instead of inward. So ask yourself this: what could you build if nobody was watching? What kind of work would you do if no one ever asked for a status update, if no one ever clapped or criticized? Could you go further, faster? Would you be more creative, more bold, more free? When you take away the pressure to impress, what you're left with is clarity, a deeper, quieter kind of focus. You begin to trust your instincts more because you're not filtering them through other people's opinions. You stop second-guessing yourself. You move differently. You're no longer reacting to expectations. You're acting from intention, from alignment, from something solid within. And something beautiful happens when you let go of the need to be seen. You stop performing. You stop shaping your process to be presentable, and you start shaping it to be powerful. You build because it matters to you, not because you want to show others that it matters. You create not to impress, but to express. Plato said, "The soul takes nothing with her to the next world, but her education and her upbringing." So what if your focus shifted from what you can show to what you can become? And then one day, without hype, without warning, you're done. The work is finished, not rushed, not pieced together under pressure, but whole, honest, true. You don't need to post about it. You don't need a speech. It arrives on its own terms, solid, undeniable. That's when the world takes notice. That's when people pause and ask, "Wait, how did you pull that off?" And you'll smile, because you already know. You didn't chase attention. You didn't explain yourself. You just got to work. You did it by keeping your vision to yourself. You did it by staying grounded, by shutting out the noise, by protecting your momentum like it was sacred. You did it not by talking about what you would do, but by doing it, quietly, completely, and exactly when it was time. Real power doesn't need a spotlight. It moves quietly, builds steadily, and arrives fully formed. No explanations, no applause, just undeniable truth. If today's message spoke to something deep in you, There's another video on your screen right now that will take you even further down this path. I hope you'll watch it. Thank you for being part of Stoic Journal, where growth is quiet but lasting. And remember, the most important changes happen in silence. Let's meet there again soon.